Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of this video lesson on modeling exponential and logarithmic function. Before we start, let's consider this scenario. So you have won a 10,000 peso cash prize and you have here two payment options. For option A, you receive the 10,000 pesos now, and for option B, you will receive the 10,000 pesos 1 year from now. Which option would you choose? So you can pause this video if you need more time to think about this. Okay, so if you're like most people, you would choose to receive the 10,000 pesos now. Bakit? Diba? 1 year is a long time to wait. So for most of us, taking the money in the present is just plain instinctive. But why? Diba ang 1,000 peso bill ay same value lang naman sa 1,000 bill 1 year from now. Okay, so dito na papasok yung tinatawag nating time value of money. Okay, it is recognized that your money today is worth more than your money 1 or more years from now. Bakit? Because meron kang makukuhang interest or profit. Therefore, in that sense, money has a time value. So according to this slide, the riskiest thing a person can do with money is doing nothing. Okay, so we need to invest our money. So if you are choosing option A, your future value will be 10,000 pesos plus the interest acquired over 1 year. So the future value for option B, kung yun yung pinili mo, okay, you would only receive 10,000 pesos 1 year from now. So in other words, wala kang extra na profit or interest. So the question is, how can you calculate exactly how much more option A is worth as compared to option B? So ilan yung interest na na-acquire ng pera natin over 1 year? Okay? So in this video, we are going to talk about interests. So let's say you have here a plan of having a loan in a bank. Okay, so gusto mong humiram ng 10,000 pesos sa bangko. Okay, so kinausap mo yung teller sa bangko and she agreed to lend you that 10,000 pesos amount. However, dapat meron kang 10% interest for 1 year. So kung ibabalik mo siya the following year, okay, so kung umutang ka ngayong 2024, so kung ibabalik mo siya next year, 2025, so dapat ang ibabalik mo ay yung 10,000 pesos na hiniram mo plus the 10% interest. Okay? So after 1 year, sabi dito ang ibabalik mo daw ay 11,000. So ibig sabihin yung 1,000 pesos, so yun yung interest mo. Okay? So money earns interest in two simple ways. So meron tayong tinatawag na simple interest and compound interest. Okay? So suppose you begin with the 10,000 pesos invested, let's say at annual interest rate of 10%. So kung ang scheme natin ay simple interest, then your 10,000 after 1 year will become 11,000. Okay? After 2 years, so madadagdagan ulit ng isa pang 1,000. So that becomes 12,000. After 3 years, so another plus 1,000, so it becomes 13,000, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is the simple interest scheme. So dito sa simple interest scheme, the interest each year or annually ay constant. Okay? So which is equal to 1,000 in this case. So paano ko na-compute yung 1,000? So that is 10% of your 10,000 pesos. Okay? However, for the compound interest, so assuming we start with 10,000, after 1 year, our 10,000 becomes 11,000. So same with the simple interest scheme. However, nagbago na yung ating computation from year 2 onwards. So after 2 years, naging 12,100. After 3 years, naging 13,300 as shown in this table. Okay? So paano kaya nag-differ yung simple interest scheme at compound interest scheme in terms of the calculation? Okay? So for Mathematics 3, we are of particular interest dito sa compound interest scheme. Okay? So bakit tayo interested dito? Because one would prefer compound interest when saving money. Okay? Another real-life application of exponential functions is in calculating these compound interests. So ang general formula natin for compound interest is this one. Okay? So A of t is equal to P times the quantity 1 plus R raised to t. So let's discuss the variables present in our formula. So the variable P is known as the principal amount. So ito yung initial amount natin bago tayo mag-loan, okay? Or bago natin ilagay sa bangko yung pera natin. Okay? So that is P, which is the principal amount. R here is your interest rate. So pag sinabi nating rate, so it is usually expressed as a percentage. The variable T is the time, usually in years, okay, with annual compounding. Ayan. So yun yung ating mga variables. And of course, A of t represents the amount, okay, your money after some period t. So let's have an example. Example number 1, an amount of 1,000 pesos is invested at an interest rate of 12% per year. Compute for the amount of money in the account after 3 years if the interest is compounded annually. So in other words, compound interest scheme ang gusto natin mangyari dito. So let's identify the variables first dito sa ating example. So our P is of course 1,000, that is our initial money, okay? R is 12%, or in decimal that's 0.12. Therefore, so if we apply our formula to find the amount of money at any time t, okay? So we have here A of t is equal to P, which is 1,000, times the quantity 1 plus R. So 1 plus 0.12 is 1.12 raised to the power of t. But for this particular example, we want to find the amount after 3 years. So we are going to substitute t is equal to 3. Okay? So using your calculators to get the amount of money, the answer will be 1,404.93 pesos. Okay? So far, we have only considered the case wherein our money grows once every year. However, majority of our saving institutions or banks provide schemes with an interest that is incurred more than once a year. So ano yung ibig sabihin ng more than once a year? So pwedeng semi-annual, pwedeng quarterly, pwedeng monthly, and in some cases, pwede ring daily. Okay? So, mag-iiba yung magiging formula natin if the compounding scheme is applied more than once a year. Okay? So, ano yung mag-iiba? Yung variable n. Okay? Kasi for semi-annual, yung n natin magiging 2, yung quarterly n equals 4, monthly n equals 12, and for daily n equals 365. Okay? Thus, we can modify our initial formula earlier, okay, to take into consideration the number of compounding periods per year, which is our variable n. Okay? So, ang modification na gagawin natin sa formula would be this one. So, instead of just having r, so magiging r over n siya. And in the exponent, instead of t, magiging n times t. Okay? So, let's apply our modified formula for example number 2. So, same yung principal natin, which is still 1,000 pesos. Interest rate is 12%. Okay? However, let's compute the amount of money after 3 years if the scheme is compounded semi-annually, if the scheme is compounded quarterly, if the scheme is compounded monthly, and daily. Okay, so using this formula, ano ulit yung sinabi natin? Semi-annually, n equals 2. Okay? For quarterly, n equals 4. For monthly, n equals 12. For daily, n equals 365. Okay? So, I know this variable p, I know this variable r, n will vary, depende sa scheme, and t here is still 3 years. Okay? So, computing using my calculator, I will get the following values. So, ano yung mas gusto natin dito na scheme? Annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, daily. Okay? So, if you look at the amount, your money after 3 years, so mas marami tayong pera if we pursue the compounding daily na scheme. Okay, so our money, if we follow that scheme, is 1,433 pesos after 3 years. Okay, so ang pinakakonte ay yung compounding annually. So 1,404 lang yung magiging pera natin. Okay? Another scenario if we have a continuously compounded interest or yung tinatawag nating continuous compounding. Okay? So, ano naman yung ibig sabihin nito? So, your n, okay, or the number of compounding years will approach infinity. So, ibig sabihin continuous siya. Okay? Therefore, this term in our formula earlier approaches e raised to r. Okay? Therefore, ano yung magbabago sa formula natin for continuous compounding? So, we have here a formula. So, a of t now becomes p times e raised to r times t. Okay? Wherein e here is your Euler's number. So, let's have example number 3 that applies continuous compounding. Okay? So, the sum of 1,000 pesos is invested at an interest rate of 12% per year. Find the amount in your account after 3 years if the scheme is compounded continuously. Okay? So, you apply the formula P times E raised to RT. Given that P is 1,000, R is 12% or 0.12, and T is 3 years. Okay? So, using our scientific calculator, we get this amount. Example number 4. So 1,000 pesos is deposited in a savings account, 6% annual interest rate, and the scheme is compounded continuously. How many years? So we are solving for the variable t, the time. The time it will take for the balance in your account to reach 2,500 pesos. Okay? So using the formula for continuous compounding, p times e raised to rt, wherein t is the missing variable. So magkakaroon tayo dito ng exponential equation. So solving for the value of t, you should get 15.3 years. Last example, you decide to invest 8,000 pesos for 6 years. So pwede daw tayong pumili between two accounts. The first account, so meron tayong 7% annually, which is compounded monthly. Okay? Yun yung first account natin. For the second one, it pays 6.85% per annum, and the scheme is compounded continuously. So, hinahanap daw natin or which among the two is a better investment. Okay? So, dalawa dapat yung isosolve natin dito na scheme. So, the first scheme, so magko-compound tayo monthly. So, you will be using this formula. Okay? Then, we are solving for the amount after 6 years. Okay? So, t equals 6 given this p na 8,000 pesos. Okay? R is 7%. Okay? So, applying everything here. So, compounded monthly again, n equals 12 dahil merong 12 months in 1 year. Okay? So, alam na natin si P, si R, si N, at si T. Okay? Using calculator, ang amount natin ay 12,160. So, that's for the first option. For the second option, our scheme is compounded continuously. So, ang formula dapat natin ay ito. P times E raised to RT. So, again, P is 8,000. Hindi naman nagbago yung principal. T is still 6 years. Okay? R is 6.85%. Okay? So, nagbago yung R for this second option or scheme. Okay? So, applying this in your calculator to solve the value, you should get 12,066 pesos. So, which among the two is a better investment? Of course, we are going to choose the investment which gives us the higher amount. Okay? So, we are going to choose the compounded monthly scheme.